Gearfifth Luffy. Everyone thought that Luffy was gonna fight the Gorosei. Like they thought it was gonna be a crazy scene of him just going at it with all the Gorosei. But Oda broke everyone's ankles, having, of course, right off the bat, Skeleton Horse, Venus Juro go against the Pacifistas, have Itsumade, Mars, the mythical zone bird, go up in the skies and try to get the Labo phase. He ain't Kizaru, we can't just go through it. And then, of course, we have, when it comes to the Sandworm, who actually attacked Luffy. Now something's interesting, guys. Oda didn't do what we wanted, like not wanted, but we thought was gonna happen. He had only one Gorosei attack, had Saturn and Mercury sit back, and of course had the other two Gorosei do something else. Now I personally believe that Mercury or Saturn, one of them might not even attack Luffy. They might do something completely else too. And it's Oda kind of saying that, yeah, there's no way that Luffy can take on 5 Gorosei. Now, I'm thinking, guys, if Luffy's able to defeat all the 5 Gorosei on Egghead Island, that just makes Yonko level on a whole entirely different level. Because right now, after the last chapter, where Kizaru was not even in the fight anymore, Luffy pretty much got that guy out the paint. Yo, he's out the paint. Kizaru's out the paint. He's on the ship right now chilling. Really made the difference between Yonko level and Admiral level significant. Not because Kizaru is getting mollywopped by Luffy, it's because of how we viewed Kizaru before that. You have to understand, Kizaru was a prominent admiral. He wasn't Greenbow, he wasn't Fujitora. Greenbow and Fujitora are respectful in their own right, but Kizaru was respected because people had Kizaru over Aokiji and Akainu during Marineford War back in the days, guys. That's how much respected he was. Now, of course, now, if you've been following the One Piece story, you have to give the utmost respect to Akainu and Aokiji, fighting for Fleet Admiral position, fighting for 10 days, and now Aokiji, when his performance against Garp, and of course Akainu, his performance against Whitebeard. Obviously, these guys are a little bit stronger than Kizaru. So if Aokiji was fighting Luffy or Akainu, I think it would be a little bit different. If I'm being completely honest, guys. But still, Gearfifth was mollywopping Kaido, guys. Now, Kaido was doing amazing against Gearfifth, but at the end of the day, Gearfifth Luffy, there's a reason why Oda brought him out after Wano. He wants him to be just on a entirely different level. Like, the only thing that was stopping him was the time limit. You guys in the community tab, I asked, without his time limit, is Gearfifth Luffy really that guy? And a lot of people agreed that without the time limit, Luffy would be the strongest. Gearfifth Luffy would be the strongest. And maybe that's what Oda was intending from the start. Maybe Oda, the reason why he had the strongest creature alive, not at the final arc, but actually in the middle of the post-time skip in Wano and with Kaido, is he wanted Luffy to become the strongest, and pretty much be the strongest towards the end. And if Luffy, after defeating Kaido, is the strongest, but only has like weaknesses that are like not to do with his power, but more so stamina, that really says something. Now, I do want to say this. Blackbeard and Shanks are Yonkos you cannot sleep on. Like right now, if you told me to bet money, I would say that Blackbeard and Shanks would be Luffy right now. Not because I think they're stronger necessarily, but because the time limit, at the end of the day, I think they're around the same level as Luffy, and the time limit just makes Luffy no chance. Like if you put Shanks instead of Kizaru, or Blackbeard again instead of Kizaru, and Luffy runs out of time, I don't think they're saying I'm not being able to move, yo. Yonkos are tanks. And one attack from Gearfifth Luffy is not going to happen like that. Like, Kaido himself wanted to be like that. Or Big Mom. Kaido and Big Mom are getting back up, and they're going against Luffy. And someone has to help out Luffy in that situation, guys. So, put some respect on the Yonko name. I think Egghead Island has finally done that for good. And the beginning of this channel, I've always started off with Yonko vs. Admirals. It's kind of crazy. It took me 8 years to finally get the confirmation. I've always thought the Yonko were stronger, but get the confirmation that the Yonkos are on an entirely different level. And I'm going to ignore Buggy, guys. I'm going to ignore Buggy because he has Miyuk under him, and now Miyuk might be that Yonko guy compared if you're actually looking at it and not Buggy.